Erythroboon, an excellent hematinic that uplifts hematopoiesis in birds. Erythroboon is a unique combination of hematinic and immune boosters for optimum production of blood cells, for improving metabolism and strengthening the immune system of birds, which leads to desired production in breeders, broilers, and commercial layers. Hematinics are the nutrients which helps in production and maturation of RBCs and WBCs. These blood cells are very important for the vital function of blood, that is, oxygen and carbon dioxide exchange in the body and metabolism. Immune boosters strengthen the immune system, thereby protecting the body from secondary bacterial, viral, and fungal infection, and helps in antibody production following vaccination against IBD, ND, NE, etc. Anemia, a disease that leads to colossal losses in poultry and livestock, a condition in which the blood does not have enough healthy red blood cells. Anemia results from a lack of red blood cells or dysfunctional red blood cells in the body due to nutritional deficiency of iron, vitamins, and disease conditions like chicken infectious anemia, toxicosis, etc. This leads to reduced oxygen flow to the body's organs and results in production lost. Most of the body's iron is in the hemoglobin in red blood cells, which carry oxygen to the body. Extra iron is stored in the liver and bone marrow and is used by the body when the dietary intake is too low. If there is not enough iron in the diet, then body's iron stores get lower over time. Transport and functional iron is stored in hemoglobin, myoglobin, and cytochrome. When these stores starts to deplete, iron deficient erythropoiesis occurs, which in due course leads to anemia. Another disease where a similar condition occurs is chicken infectious anemia, which results in severe anemia in birds. Chicken infectious anemia is a highly contagious viral infection of poultry worldwide in distribution. Once infected, virus tends to replicate in the bone marrow, thymus, and spleen of birds. It adversely affects the production of RBCs, WBCs, and lymphoid cells, leading to anemia, poor health, immune suppression, and ultimately loss of production. Since chicken infectious anemia is present in subclinical form, it may go unnoticed, but production goes down due to immune suppression resulting in secondary invasion by pathogens. Most importantly, it affects antibody production following vaccination against ND, IBD, etc. RBCs contain hemoglobin, which is made up of iron, the heme part, and the protein called globin. Hemoglobin also gives red color to blood. Oxygen is bound to hemoglobin and is carried to the cells. Similarly, carbon dioxide is also carried back to lungs and are expelled out. RBCs of birds also form rosettes and help macrophages to expel the pathogens by phagocytosis. Lymphoid cells produce antibodies in response to an invading pathogen or in response to vaccination. Where are blood cells produced in the body and how? RBCs are produced in the bone marrow of long bones by a process called erythropoiesis and is triggered by a hormone, erythropoietin, produced by the kidneys. WBCs are also produced in the bone marrow and its number depends upon the amount of inflammation in the body due to the presence of pathogens or in response to vaccination. Other lymphoid cells that play a major role in antibody production are produced in the thymus and bursa fabricius of young birds. Prolonged iron deficiency leads to anemia, reduced RBCs, which are unable to carry enough oxygen, which leads to lack of energy, fatigue, which in turn suppresses immunity. Once immunity is suppressed, recurrent infections occur, which leads to reduced physical development, lowered egg production, increased mortality, and production loss. Why do birds need hematinic and immune boosters? Birds need hematinic and immune boosters for optimum production of blood cells. Blood cells are the RBCs and WBCs which are produced in the bird's body, circulate in blood to carry out their designated function, and they wear out in a certain period of time. In birds, the lifespan of these blood cells are about 28 to 45 days. This is a continuous process in a bird during its lifetime. Next is to improve metabolism. Oxygen supply is a must to carry out metabolism in the body, to develop strong immune system, and to support during disease conditions like chicken infectious anemia, toxicosis, IBH, etc., where there is blood loss, and to compensate the loss, body has to produce more RBCs and WBCs to fight the germs. In the process of formation and maturation of RBCs and WBCs, many micronutrients play a major role, of which very important are iron, copper, folic acid, cobalt, zinc, vitamin B12, vitamin B6, vitamin C, vitamin E, and many more. Erythroboon has the right balance of all these nutrients together to support the formation of blood cells and lymphoid cells. Key nutrients in erythroboon are iron, which is a vital part of hemoglobin and is essential for binding of oxygen by RBCs. Vitamin B12 helps in maturation of RBC and prevents macrocytosis. Vitamin B9 helps in production and maturation of RBC. Hematopoietic growth factor. Erythroboon contains bioactives of hematopoietic growth factor, which helps in synthesis of erythropoietin, interleukin 11, granulocyte colony stimulating factor, which is a glycoprotein that stimulates the bone marrow to produce granulocytes and stem cells and release them into the bloodstream. Erythroboon is also fortified with essential amino acids for nucleotide and protein metabolism. What are the benefits of erythroboon? Erythroboon stimulates bone marrow to form RBC. It improves hemoglobin level in blood, offers supportive therapy against chicken infectious anemia. It acts as hepatoprotectant and stimulates liver function, prevents anemia. Erythroboon improves weight gain and better FCR, gives better response to vaccination and high antibody titer. Erythroboon dosage in poultry. In chicks, 5 to 10 ml for 1000 birds for 5 to 7 days. In growers, broilers and layers, 5 ml for 100 birds for week a month. And in breeders, 10 to 15 ml for 100 birds for week a month. For further details, please contact Mr. Ram Mohan Rao at the below given contact number. Thank you for watching.